Hi, this is Bob. According to the Android Authority reported on the June 15, replaceable smartphone batteries will be required in the European Union by 2027. This means that instead of having to pay a higher fee to a licensed technician or buy a completely new phone with the battery no longer hold a charge, smartphone users will have the convenience of easily swapping out the battery themselves. The EU Parliament passed this law with the aim of reducing environmental waste caused by discarded smartphones. The law received overwhelming support from elected officials, with 587 votes in favor, and it is applied to all gadgets, including the smartphone. The requirement is for smartphones to have a battery that can be easily replaced without the need for the adhesive or barrier that could hinder the process. This is a step back to the good old days when smartphones could be used for several years, and users could simply purchase replaceable or backup batteries instead of having to wait for hours at an authorized store for a technician to do it for them. However, the significance of this development goes beyond just environmental concern. Similar to the EU law that compelled Apple to adopt USB-C connection for their smartphone instead of the Lightning connector, the ability to swap out the batteries is an excellent way to prevent companies from forcing obsolescence upon users. When a smartphone battery no longer holds a charge, but the rest of the device is still functioning well, users won't feel compelled to upgrade to a newer model if original equipment manufacturer makes replaceable batteries available for their existing model. One of the main reasons why most smartphones currently do not have easily replaceable batteries is due to their marketing as water-resistant devices. To ensure that water doesn't enter the inner components of a smartphone, the device is tightly sealed. Most modern smartphones have a design where two pieces of glass are glued to a metal frame, making them resistant to water to a certain extent. Additionally, smartphones with non-removable batteries were demanded at one point to achieve a thinner and sleeker design. However, the downside of such a portable device is increased waste generated every 2 years, when consumers would typically swap their old phone for a newer model. Fortunately for smartphones manufactured in the EU, this new law allows them until 2027 to finalize their design for smartphones with a replaceable battery. This extended time frame should provide enough lead time to address the challenge associated with the change. Introducing an easy access battery hatch to a smartphone may create a new point of entry for moisture and water damage, and it could potentially add bulk to the device. However, with over 3 years to engineer a viable solution, it is reasonable to assume that phone manufacturers will have ample time to figure out how to comply with this new law. While this law currently applies only to the European, it is hoped that a similar regulation will be implemented in other regions in the future, benefiting smartphone users worldwide and contributing to a more sustainable approach to technology. This is Bob. Thank you for the listening.